So the ingredients
Pepper.
were what? Salt?
Salt, pepper, cumin, oregano.
Oregano?
Now, if you like it a little bit picante,
Yeah.
you put a little bit of chili flakes.
Okay, if we want to.
But
It's
if
not
you
going to
want
do
to,
today. But
yeah.
then we needed also olive oil.
We needed the olive oil to go with the
Onions.
The onions.
Ground beef.
Ground
a bit
beef.
of ground pork.
Yeah.
The flour. And the other stuff was this guy, right?
The olives.
And the olives. And that's all the ingredients, right?
And the hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, the eggs. Okay, good.
That's it.
So,
You boil the hard-boiled eggs first.
how many are in there?
There's
6?
6 because I'm going to make a huge batch.
A big batch. Okay, so you start by hard boiling the eggs, and then what are you working on over here?
I'm chopping up the onion.
Mm-hmm. A whole big onion?
Well, you saw how big that was, right?
Big onion. What kind? White onion?
White onion, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow, whatever.
Okay.
But because it's going to be a big
batch, yeah.
We're going to make the dough now.
Make the dough.
So come and see, for this amount of meat.
How much meat is that? About 2 pounds?
This is probably, no, how much did you take of the meat?
About 2 pounds, maybe 2.5 pounds of meat.
Yeah, and then we have the pork.
And then about 1 pound of pork we're going to use?
Yeah.
Okay. 2.5
So
pounds of ground beef.
Yeah.
And 1 pound of pork.
Yeah.
That's the size we're making, so you got to adjust to go.
It's a big size, yeah.
Exactly.
So then you're going to start measuring 6 cups of flour.
Yeah.
This amount that we're going to do. So 1.
That's 6 cups of flour.
In this case, yes.
All-purpose flour. You're not sifting it first?
No.
That bowl going to
2.
fit 6 cups?
It should. 2. And for those 6 cups of flour.
Package of tender flake.
Yeah.
Pure lard. We're using the whole thing?
No way.
How much are we using?
About that. For that amount.
It's about 1.5 inches of the square we're cutting.
Yeah. But from here to here was 1 cup.
Wait, this is the 1 cup measurement inside here.
Oh.
So it's about a cup. You're right, yeah. About a cup. About a cup, Ryan.
Here's where you're going to put salt. According to this. You have a measurement?
Different size measurements. What do you
Let
want?
me see if this is what I have here is about what I need.
Tablespoon?
Is that a tablespoon?
It's a half tablespoon you're using.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's maybe a poquito. 3/4. 3/4 of a
Tablespoon.
Yeah,
So
tablespoon.
3/4. So half, 3/4, depending on how much
Yeah.
you're making.
You're taking that away. You don't want it too salty.
No, that's the thing.
Now what I do, cold water.
So now you're gonna add how much cold water?
This is where you're gonna see it.
Well, you gotta go by consistency, right? How much you
Right.
mix it up? Okay.
So, maybe I put too much water. Maybe not. No.
So there's Mom poured some cold water into the container.
When you see the consistency, you'll figure out how much water. And if you put too much, you just add more.
Better to add more than not have enough, right?
More flour, more salt, and things like that.
Good. So you're mixing by hand right now? It goes pretty fast, the mixing, eh?
Oh, the mixes is nothing. So you'll see. It's still dry.
Yeah,
It's not
it is.
mixed together. So, and I just want to be careful that I don't put too much water.
Show a close up of that. That's Mom mixing it up.
You'll see the consistency we're talking about here.
And you're adding little by little. He'll remember too because he's done this a few times with you, right?
Yeah, and if you find that at the end this comes out wet,
A little more flour, right?
you just put the flour in the way I do it individually. I put,
Oh yeah, you add flour to each
as
one
I'm
as you go.
making them.
Oh, so that way you never have to keep going back and forth, back and forth.
No.
You fix each one then.
Exactly. So now you could, if you wanted to, because this is a little bit mixed already. Perfect for the salt.
Okay.
You feel it?
Yeah,
Taste
just
it?
barely though.
You want more?
No, you
No.
do it your way.
I don't
I
want
want to
salt.
know that I can just barely taste the salt is what I'm looking for.
Exactly. Because then with the meat and all, it's gonna have salt and all that. So here we go. Probably this much more. Will do.
It's hard to gauge the water because you really do it by feel, eh?
Yes.
It's really sticky.
It's really sticky. So in this case, don't take away the flour because I'm going to be using it as I need it. This is going to stay open here. And as I said, I go back and forth you'll see when I'm done what I mean. How much of that. How this is supposed to feel like. But it's okay because if we make too much, this can be used for torta frita.
Yes, so we always ended up doing that afterwards with a little couple of them, eh?
So
it's really just flour,
salt,
salt and lard and water.
That's
it's
it.
4 things. For the torta fritas, which is super easy, I can make those whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
What kind of oil do you fry those ones in?
Torta frita?
Yeah, what oil would you fry them in?
Just regular oil.
Like what, canola?
Yeah. That's what I use. I use canola.
Okay, because we don't keep canola oil around usually. We just use the olive oil when we need to.
Yeah, but
Or
the
maybe I
olive
should
oil
start
doesn't
keeping.
fry.
No, it doesn't fry right.
There you go. Look at the consistency. Kind of wet, but it's okay.
Show the camera again. This is the consistency we want.
It's kind of wet, but then when I'm ready to make it, this is the amount more or less that I'm going to use to make it 1 empanada. So I put.
It's about the size of an egg.
Yeah. So then I put flour on here, and I go like that, and I'll show you in a moment. No, cover it with a tea towel.
Tea towels over.
Yeah, don't use, don't waste.
Plastic wrap.
Yeah, don't waste.
So it's good to cover?
Yeah.
Set it aside.
Set it aside.
We're going to make the filling now, right?
We're going to work on the filling. So we have the onions already chopped. I'll show you for that kind of onion how much oil we're gonna put in there. That I can use olive oil. They taste better.
You're talking about those onions in there?
So
there's a whole big onion, like softball sized.
yes, because
we're making a big batch.
Yes, exactly. We should have more than 30 if my calculations are right. Okay, look at this. The amount of oil I'm putting in here.
How much was that?
That's probably, I would say, a quarter cup.
Quarter cup.
Yeah.
Okay. For a big onion, yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. So we cook this. It's a medium heat, okay? You see the meat doesn't have much of fat meat.
No, because you use lean meat and the pork is lean too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when this is all cooked, not brown.
Not even browned?
No.
Just warmed up, opened up?
Well, it's got potentially softened kind of thing.
The smell will start to come out of it.
Yes, and so this is working, right? Yes.
Which burner did you turn on here?
This one. Then when this is all cooked, I'll show you when the onion is cooked and the meat is all brown and all the spices are put in, we leave it aside. You know, when it goes soft kind of thing, it's cooked.
Yeah.
You don't want to brown what is the word, saute?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like we're doing what's the same when you do the pasta sauce. You want it to just...
Yeah, because it's going to keep cooking with the meat inside. We'll do the pork first.
So the pork is going to go in the pan now?
Only because it's defrosted, that's all. So while I'm waiting for the other one to...
It's really white. Is that a lot of fat on it?
Not really. It's a different color of pork. Pork is different. Like, let me brown this halfway and then we'll put that one in. Oh, this part is big enough.
Breaking it up a little for you first to make it easier when you put it in the pan.
Good.
the
What?
heat
What about the heat?
temperature setting? You have it at about 6 or 7, medium high.
Medium
Yeah,
high.
that's
Not
what you
high.
cook on the whole time.
Not high, you don't want to burn it.
No.
Medium high, but then we're gonna lower it when it's
Simmer it.
so yeah. Once you see that it's all brown, it's good. See, I'm gonna put it in here now. Now you can take that. That it's gonna be really juicy, right?
The water.
Yeah, some of it is gonna be water from the defrost. But that's okay because when I'm cooking them, or when I'm making them individually, I'm just gonna make it not too wet.
Are you gonna strain water out of it?
Well, no, when I scoop up the filling,
Oh yeah.
I'll scoop it with less juice. Because if you make it too wet inside the empanada, then they break.
They tear, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They open up and then all the juice comes out and they come out really dry, and that's not what you want. This here, the amount of salt, I'd rather go little at the beginning because I'm not sure exactly how it's going to take.
You add what, another tablespoon almost that?
Pepper, I don't got pepper. Yeah, you gotta go by taste.
When you open it over the pan because some pepper's gonna spill out as you open it.
That's a lot, but that's good. This one?
Yeah, open it over the pan just when you get your, or you're just gonna pour out of it, eh?
Yeah. This is all. Seems like it's a lot, but it's not.
It's a-
Cumin?
Oh yeah.
This is like the East India people use this a lot, but we too in Latin America.
It's a good spice. I like it.
Okay, so this is what I'm doing for now, and then once it's cooked, I'm gonna taste it and see if it's missing something. I want more of this, more of that. But I'd rather not put too much at the beginning because I don't know. I don't want to overdo it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I go too much salty, how am I going to fix it after? I can't. The only way you can is by putting more meat to it. But we don't want to do that. And as I said, if you don't like picante, you don't have to put in this pepper. I try to break the meat as much as I can. Because you want it to cook really well inside. If you see that.
Yeah, you don't want the little
that.
big chunks.
Yeah, you don't want big chunks.
Well, that pan is
full.
That pan is full.
Yeah, but see, it's good.
It fits though.
It fits. I can't try it yet because the meat is not cooked.
Adding a little more salt to taste.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes because the salt will bring the other spices up, and you might not need to put any more pepper or anything like that. I'll taste it again in a little bit once I mix it. And see if you can taste it too to see if you like it like that. Let's see what.
You're gonna like it.
You
Smells
see,
good.
that's a little bit of water.
Yeah, yeah. But that helps it from just burning in the pan too.
Well, some of it is gonna evaporate. Uh-oh.
Baby.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. I think it needs it. Now you'll see. As I say, this is a
Big batch.
I'm gonna add a little bit more cumin, just because it gives it a good taste. Oregano, I think is good. Okay. Again, you cook it and you try it and see if you need something more, less. No. You have to know what it is. You will remember, right?
Oh yeah, they're very distinct smell. Just want to put it out on.
I think this is cooking really well. Okay, here, you wanna try it?
Yep.
Just because. See if it needs any more salt.
I don't think so. No, but I can taste every spice.
And you can taste the spices.
The
Well,
salt,
that's
the
all we
pepper,
need.
the cumin.
Okay, do you think this is cooked? What do you think?
Pretty
Looks
good.
all brown.
Brown through. It's been cooking for about 15 minutes.
Well, we make sure that it is.
Want to go a little more just to make sure?
Yeah, because of the pork. The pork has to be cooked.
So it's been cooking for about 15 minutes now. And we're going to keep it
Yeah.
a little longer just to make sure it's cooked through.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much done. It's all brown for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you know what? You leave it on inside the pan. Move it there. All I'm going to do now is just peel the eggs, hard-boiled eggs.
Easy enough.
Leave it like that. Then when that is cool, I kind of slice up the eggs. No right or reason for that. You know,
Yeah.
you do whatever.
We're just doing eggs.
So we just leave it there. Cuando esto está frío, I slice it up with a knife. And it's going to remain here. Esto lo vamos a necesitar después.
So for now, let's just wait for everything to cool down.
Yeah.
And
So
we'll
I
go
think
back
we
to
can-
filling after. So
Oh.
everything's had a chance to cool. And now we're breaking up the egg into the pan, into the
Yeah,
meat.
into the meat.
I'm just squishing it against her hand with a fork just to crumble it up.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do any of this?
Do that one. Use caving dress.
Yeah, just filming us breaking up the egg. And you're getting what ready? You're getting a couple of raw eggs ready? Is that for
For
coloring?
the coloring at the
Getting them goldeny and non-stick, and for making it the glue on when you're putting them together, right?
This is for the water.
Is that the water for the glue?
Yes.
Gluing the edge together?
Yeah. We'll make one or two. You tape it and then.
Yeah, we just know. Yeah, I'm just the whole taping of 30 of them to get an idea what to do.
No, you don't. Okay. They're so small. It's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Oh, you almost done either.
Yeah, just breaking them up.
You can mix it all up now. If they have to go mix. We're gonna need the olives. Ready?
Olives we'll do on some.
Olives, I'll do it individually. So as I said before, we're gonna grab like this much. I don't know. You look at it.
Okay, it's about the size of an egg I was noticing
Yeah,
before.
yeah. And I put it right on top of the flour here.
So you got some flour already on the thing.
This can go here because I'm gonna do it later. Right?
So you got some flour already on the cutting board and the egg-sized piece of thing.
Yes. And I go. So I say like that. Not a perfect round.
No.
Doesn't matter.
About 7 inches, 8 inches, but
Yes.
pretty round, but not
Pretty
perfect.
round. Yeah, not that perfect. It's not gonna come out perfectly round. Doesn't really matter. See the size? Okay. Now you grab your meat and put it kind of in the middle.
But off Just off a little bit from the middle, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to fold it
more
over.
this way,
Yeah.
right.
Close, yeah.
And if you think that's not enough, you just add a little bit more. And now I grab 1 and 2.
Don't you want to use this for the olives? Where's she using?
That's leftovers.
Oh, that's extra. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of water.
I don't have water in there.
So you got a little bit of water in that bowl that you're...
Yeah, and you just tap water at the ends. Ah, that shouldn't have happened. Fold it over. This is where you have to pay attention, Chris.
Be careful.
Okay, no, but I'm going to show you the...
Technique. I know that I do it better
Oh,
than
you
Brian
do?
does. While I'm
Okay,
doing
there
this
you
one.
go. Even better. So you start at this and
Yeah.
fold it.
Yeah.
Fold it. Okay, that's good. That's all you have to do.
I remember from when we made them at last time Brian and I was with you when you made some. I was doing this better than he was. He was getting frustrated. Sucker.
So what you need to do for me now is just spray a little bit of non-stick spray on that one.
Right. So
And bring it this
Mom
way.
got a couple pans ready ahead of time with tin foil on them, and she wants
Spray the non-stick.
the non-stick spray on them. And then
Put it there.
banana.
You just got 1 empanada. And we'll go and do the second one.
So we just repeat. We'll film another one, and then that's it until they go in the oven. Do we need to preheat the oven yet?
The oven at 350. Because I'll probably be able to put 2, 4, 6 in there when you're at the time.
Preheat the oven to 350.
We cook it for about 15 minutes and then we check and see if they're brown, like golden brown.
So you cook for what?
15 minutes and we check and see if they're golden brown. If not, we leave it for another 5. So it's just keep your eyes on the empanadas because...
What about the oven rack? It's just a little below the middle. Do you want it up a bit?
No, that's perfect.
This oven heats hotter in the bottom.
So you want to put it up?
We've been noticing with our cookies.
Well, put it up then. You know
Okay.
your oven better
Yeah,
than I
we've been noticing, Sherry. The cookies we tend to burn the bottom of if we don't move the rack up.
do. But yeah, if you know that that's...
It's funny. This oven, both elements heat it up, and then the bottom one is the only thing that keeps it hot. So the bottom tends to get hotter in this oven.
Yeah, we don't want to burn it.
Yeah. I find it, if I need to, I raise the rack, and then if the top is crisping too much, I can put a little tin foil, just lay it over the top to keep the top from burning.
Yeah.
But this way the bottom doesn't burn, because we kept on burning all our cookies using the middle rack.
But that's why I say 15 minutes. You check and see
check.
how they're doing. If you think they need more time, or switch them, whatever your oven.
So let's see that move that you're doing there. I know, yeah, the fold over.
Come up too well, but anyways, done. Another one done.
Now I'm going to film a close-up of one more.
Not too thick, not too thin, because if you make it too thin, then when you're cooking them,
It tears.
they tear. Yeah.
So here you're rolling it out. It's probably rolls out to about, looks like 6-7 inches. And what do you say the thickness is?
I don't know. What do you think?
Is it as thick as this knife?
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe about as thick as the back of a bread knife, like the spine of a bread knife. Yeah,
But it's
yeah, you're straining the spoon, strains the juices.
wet. It's wet enough, and then I keep getting it wet, and that's what I want. I don't want to keep making it too wet.
A couple of olives.
Those are the one with the olives, and we do some for Sherry without the olives.
Water.
Okay.
There's that move.
Press it hard on them at the ends. If this seems to be like off, cut it out. Use a lead. To bring that over, bring that over, bring that over like that. Oops. Stuck to my finger. This, the more you do, the more you learn how to do this folding. We call it repulgue. That's it. You can stop.
And repeat for about 30 of them. Haha. So with this, the key with Mom was saying not too wet, not too dry for the meat.
Right.
Got to be a little bit damp, but it can't be dripping, it looked like.
No, because it soaks through the dough and it breaks.
And then you fold over with water. But press it without water when you're pressing.
Yeah.
I was pressing it with water. That's no good. It sticks to your finger too much.
Yeah. See, here's wet. I don't know why. So I didn't put enough water outside. But anyway, done. It's all the same thing.
So here we have a few of them made already, and I got the egg battered up. Just going to brush them on, and Mom says to brush it on good. Make sure you especially go around the folded part, the seam, because it helps seal it in. You get the whole thing. Just go for all of them. If you need more egg, use more egg. Just don't use too little. So there they are, eggs all on them. They're ready to go into the oven for 350 preheat for about 15 minutes, and then you check them. Maybe they need another 5 more minutes or so if they're not golden enough. The batch we have in the oven is almost ready to come out to check for the 15-minute check. There you go, that's what they look like before. Yeah, so it's been 15 minutes. Mom says to check them, but she thinks they're going to need more in this oven.
Let's see.
So here's what we
Oh
have.
yeah, don't take them out.
Which need more, they're not golden yet,
Oh yeah,
right?
they need about 10
Still
more
yellow.
minutes.
Maybe another 10 minutes, she thinks now.
Yeah.
They're out of the oven. They are goldeny good on the top. Now they're going to cool on this for a while. Cool there for a while, then carefully be scooped up and put on the rack to finish cooling. And then we eat some and we stick some in bags for freezing for later, right?
Yeah.
And the new one's going in. Yeah, that. Mom's taking them off now. She's trying to make sure the bottoms aren't broken, but on some it's stuck a little bit.
And that we use a spray, see?
Yeah, and it's still stuck, eh? Now these two are stuck together, so they'll come off probably together. Just bring them together. Oh, they separate a little bit.
We're gonna eat that for sure tonight.
Do you think I didn't put enough spray on, or?
I don't know. Oh, it's hot.
Maybe they're still too hot, Mom. Maybe you're taking them too soon. If you peel it when they're still hot, don't they rip too easy?
Okay, we'll leave it like that. So now we know that one. We first take that. Put that thing in the glass dish, Chris, on that table. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Because it's not hot. It's not gonna harm the table. And if you can take them carefully, take them out and put them in there.
Not so bad.
Not bad, eh?
No, they're good.
They didn't break much. So these are the olives. Okay, that's that. Not so bad. Did they come out?
Yeah. Gonna eat soon.